Eagles Commanders just ended. I know Ello probably gonna have a lot to say, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say what I gotta say
So
and then go
Bird.
ahead and get out his way, man. Hell of a game by the Eagles. Hell of a game from Jaden Daniels. A lot of other guys let him down, with the turnovers and all the fumbles that they was just having problems with. It just seemed like the Commanders couldn't get out their own way. But I do want to give a shout out to Jaden Daniels. You balled out, man. And to the Commanders organization as a whole. Last year you guys were pathetic. Man, this year, you hired well, first of all, you got a new owner. Let's start with that first and foremost. You guys got a new owner, you guys got a new head coach, new offensive coordinator, new quarterback, picked up a bunch of guys that a lot of people thought was washed, like Bobby Wagner and shit. A lot of guys thought that they weren't about nothing, and you saw the greatness in them. You saw the veteran leadership. What's your boy Ertz? Zach Ertz, got to give him a
Yeah,
shout
Zach
out and stuff
Ertz.
too.
Zach
And
Ertz
y'all
played
picked
the
up some
game.
guys. Yeah, for sure. Nah, an incredible season too. Like I said, Commanders just went out and found some guys that have been around the block a while. They've been on some championship teams, and you brought them in. I'm sure that they provided a lot of advice and stuff to Jaden Daniels, and you guys got a lot going on right now. And I really love you guys are in a great space, cap space wise too. You guys got so much cap space that you guys can really, really, now that you got a quarterback, you got a coaching staff, you got some guys that have been very
Damn, he
close.
made it
Like
to the
y'all
NFC
made
Championship. They ain't die.
you feel me? But I'm saying though, like obviously, when you playing football, you already know if you ain't making it to the big dance, if you ain't win the big dance, then some people would say that the season was a failure. I just want to be sure that I go on record as saying that this season was not a failure. You guys overperformed. No one expected you to be here, and you guys did it. So I just would definitely want to give some props there and stuff. I'm finna let Lo take over, but like I said, I just want to get into some stats real quick. That fake punt, Tressway. Shouts out Tressway, good ball. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why
Great
the
ball,
Eagles
great
weren't
call.
ready for that. Obviously, don't know why y'all weren't ready for that, but whatever. Jane Daniels. Okay, see, this is a problem that I have though. This is a problem that I have. I understand they was down for most of the game, but 48 pass attempts is crazy. But other than that, what I'm saying, he did okay. Like not great, not one of his better games, but whatever though. Brian Robinson didn't do much, but I just wanted to shout out to them. And then we just talked about Zach Ertz. I wanted to highlight him real quick. Had a great game, 11 catches, 100 yards, and stuff like that. Defense, y'all did everything y'all could, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all just went up against that damn where truthfully Saquon should be the MVP, but we all know it's a quarterback award, so he probably won't get it. So I just wanted to shout them out, and now I'm gonna turn the floor over to Ello and let him get his shit off.
And I'm gonna touch on that before I go into my game review. A quarterback is gonna end up with the MVP, and Saquon is gonna end up with the Offensive Player of the Year. Make it make
Mhm.
sense. How do I win Offensive Player of the Year? And I'm an MVP finalist, and you give it to a
Mhm.
quarterback. We got to stop this notion of the quarterbacks being automatically Heisman or MVP front runners.
Mhm.
With that being said, like you say, man, Commanders they played a great game. Um, 48 passing attempts was a lot, but you tend to throw the ball a little bit more when you're behind. They fell behind
Mhm.
kind of early. Their first quarter, it got ugly, too many turnovers or whatever. And you can't lose the turnover battle for nothing. Like you gave away three fumbles and then you threw a pick.
It felt like it was
And
8 turnovers for real.
it definitely did, but that's because every time you turn the ball over, the Eagles were coming back punching it in. And I
Mhm.
believe everything was kind of even across the board. I believe they pulled it up.
I can
Yeah,
pull up the game
they
stats.
actually they ran more plays. They had 77 plays. They had 66. We had more drives than they did. We had like a minute more possession,
Mhm.
but those turnovers, man, those four
Mhm.
turnovers. You turn it over, giving them decent field position. We get in the red zone 7 times, and you don't stop it not one single time. That's a recipe for
Mhm.
disaster. 7 for 7 in the red zone. You do the math. 7 times 7.
And then how many of them was touchdowns? Like I know y'all had to set up a
Seven.
field goal. I think like wait,
7.
you meant
7. You
y'all
give
went
up 7 touchdowns in the red zone.
oh
That's a
never mind
recipe
that.
for disaster.
Yeah, you ain't winning too many football games like that.
So yeah, that will. a big wrench in their plans. Saquon had a game, first touch to the crib,
Yup.
first touch
Oh
to
wait,
the
let me pull
crib.
them up real quick. Let me
Saquon
pull
had
them up
15
real quick.
touches, 118 yards, three
Mm-hmm.
touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. That's a game. That's a
That's
game and a
a
half.
game.
That's a game and a half for real, for real.
So it ain't much you can really do about that. Jalen didn't play bad. Jalen was at 71%, throwing the ball 20 for 28,
Mm-hmm.
246 in the tub. He got my boy AJ to put the book down, so
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, let
that
me.
always helps. AJ was sitting at 6 receptions, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Put that book down, AJ. And Dallas Goddard, I tip my hat off to him. Dallas Goddard, he may not really wow you. I mean, if you look at his yards to his receptions, it may grab your attention. But Dallas Goddard had a
Mm-hmm.
game. He
Nah, I was
had
gonna
some
say
amazing third down grabs, man.
not
Like
even that, but he
he
had some good blocks in there too for them Saquon runs and shit.
most definitely. And defensively, you got to tip your hat off to that boy Zach Bond. Zach Bond is a ball player.
Oh boy, hey, I don't know
Zach
where y'all
Bond
found him at. Y'all found him
is
off somebody practice squad or something, didn't it?
from New Orleans. New Orleans let him
Mm-hmm.
go, let him walk. So we'll take him. He's a ball player, man. He got a nose for the ball. He's always there making a play, whether it's batting the ball down, whether it's rushing the quarterback. He's not great in coverage, but he's gonna be what he needs to be to make a play. So I definitely tip my
Mm-hmm.
hat off to Zach Bond. Uh, as a whole, oh, my boy JD Jordan Davis, great sack on. It may have been second down to put him in the third and long situation that actually put that game out of hand
Mm-hmm.
because late in the third, it was kind of close. Fourth quarter, we really blew the scoreboard up and we put up 21 points in the fourth quarter. So
Mm-hmm.
they really pushed it out, a lot out the way. Even though, Will Shipley, we gave him a little sympathy touchdown. But shout out Will, got his first one of the year. That boy 4 for 77. He had a game too, if you really want to be honest.
Truth be told, I would say he was putting it in on the kick returns. He was well, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, for
Was
sure.
somewhere
Uh,
well. Had that
one of my
57
boy
yard run. He ran out of
can't
gas
be.
at the end, but yeah.
Hey, burn the time out, man. Let him catch his breath.
Mm-hmm.
He got to get him. He got to get him in the box, man. You got to
Facts,
get him
facts,
in the
facts.
box. At 229 yards up off the ground, like you asking to lose.
Yeah,
You're
nah.
asking to lose, and that's not. And don't take that as a little whiff or anything. Like the Commanders have a great front seven, like a great front seven. And
Yeah.
for them to give up 229 on the ground, man, that
Yeah,
just
they was missing Darren Payne and stuff, but other than that, I
that
think that was the only person they was missing up front. But and even
that
still,
lets you know,
they did their
that
job.
offensive line in Philly, man, it ain't nothing to be played with.
Mm-hmm.
And you had a good little minute where you were down your starting center. You had to move Dickerson over.
Oh
And,
yeah, y'all was having some offensive line problems and stuff. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
you were still getting it to where Saquon's hitting his head on the goalpost. So I mean, all in all, great game, Kellen. Great game, Kellen. I would have liked to seen Jalen give AJ a couple more shots. It's a couple balls I felt like he should have threw it up, give him 50-50 balls. But
I definitely remember that one. I think it was like first half, and because the announcers even called it out, they was like Jalen has 1-on-1 to the top of the screen with AJ Brown, and he just kind of held on to it, and he looked at it. He was like,
yeah,
he ain't wide open, so I ain't gonna throw it.
yeah, you got to give him a shot there. And then you came back and
Mm-hmm.
gave him a shot later on in the game with the same look. I mean, he had a step or two at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But when you got AJ downfield 1-on-1, give him a shot, especially if it's all or nothing right here. Get AJ a
Mm-hmm.
shot. 'Cause that ball ain't really 50-50. It's more of a 75-25.
Right, right. Cause you gotta remember that the ref gonna throw a flag and if it's close, the ref gonna throw the flag and it's gonna be in offensive favor. That's where I think a lot of stuff went wrong for the Commanders, especially with Lattimore. They got to
Lattimore was
use some of
very
that cap
handsy.
room. They got to use some of that cap room and get Lattimore up out of there and get somebody else in. I don't know who to get now. I ain't saying that I know what corner to get, but that's what I think that would help Commanders. They need some help in that secondary. I know that they was ranked like 30th in rush defense this year. I wouldn't be as concerned with that as I would be on that back end though. Like you got to be able to, especially because when you think about it, you in the NFC East and you got Malik Neighbors you got to deal with. You got AJ Brown, you got Devontae Smith, you got Scary. Well, no, Scary Terry is on the Commanders. You got CD Lamb. That's what I meant to say. You got CD Lamb out there that you got to deal with. You
You
got
got
to be
CD
able
Lamb.
to,
You
yeah,
still got Terrapin out there with Dallas. You got
yeah.
Brandon Cooks out there with Dallas. You playing some receivers.
So
And then you
yeah, I
got
think.
Malik Neighbors up in New York.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And whoever else they get, because they probably gonna pick up a quarterback, so they passing attack probably gonna be a little bit even a little bit better than it was. So yeah, that's why I think Commanders need to look to spend some money on. But now overall, man, Eagles, fantastic game. You know I'm gonna rock with the Eagles. They got a lot of my Bama boys on there and
Go
stuff.
Birds.
Uh, Kansas City ain't got none of my Bama boys on there, so I'm definitely locked in with the Eagles, man. Give me the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. Um, and matter of fact,
Let's go Birds.
just as a little bonus, this ain't gonna be my official prediction, but I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this on out here, man. Give me Eagles 31-27. That's what I want. 31-27. Actually, no, give it 30-27 because they gonna score on a walk off. They ain't even gonna have to kick the extra point. So give me Eagles 30-27 in the Super Bowl, man. That's gonna be my prediction right there. Hello, if you
Super
want to,
Bowl
you
MVP
can.
must be Saquon. You're a little
Oh, for
early.
sure,
The
for sure.
Super
Oh yeah,
Bowl
for
MVP
sure.
must be
Yeah.
Saquon. You're gonna get
Nah.
Saquon 2 weeks to get that leg together.
Man, you gonna get that offensive line a little bit of time to rest up and figure out who gonna be starting at center and left guard, and you gonna
And
give them some time.
from
You gonna
watching the
give
way
them some
that
time.
James Cook was just sliding on Kansas City, you better bring your lunch bucket.
Oh boy, y'all better figure out something. Cause they gonna put two hats on Chris Jones. I can tell you that right now. They putting two hats on Chris Jones, and they gonna make somebody else tackle Saquon.
I do have a problem with Jordan Mailata. Jordan Mailata, you giving up too much pressure. I know you all pro, future Hall of Famer, one of the best left tackles in the game. My guy, you
Mm-hmm.
are getting whooped on a simple speed rush. They just dipping their shoulder and going around you. And that's not even just this game. I watched the same thing last game. Get it
Mm-hmm.
together, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can't put it all on Jalen when Jalen's sitting here holding the ball too long or he's too antsy to move up in the pocket and you giving up this backside rush.
Mm-hmm.
You're a left tackle, you get paid the big bucks for a reason.
Man, what? Because I just seen it's interesting that you bring this up. I had just saw another one of the sports guys that I've seen that I found through TikTok. Theo Ash, I believe is his name. I'm not sure if he's on YouTube or whatever, but I'm pretty sure his name is Theo Ash. But he brought up that same point that he was like, "Hey, actually, when you go back and watch this film, that offensive line, and particularly like you said, that boy Jordan Maliata, is that how you pronounce his
A
last
lot
name
of,
or
yeah.
Malata?" He was like, yeah, nah, he ain't been looking too hot.
All
Now,
right, this, like I said,
obviously,
this not even just this game. It's been the past
mm-hmm,
last couple games.
mm-hmm. So yeah, nah, definitely. But like you said, man, 2 weeks off, man, you got time to think about it, rest up, get your treatments, get your, you know what I'm saying, and really sure yourself up for this one. But now I'm very excited for that one. Most definitely.
Should be a great one, man. Our DBs can be had on the back end, but our front seven cover up for a lot of their mishaps.
What, the
Um,
exciting whites? You talking about the exciting whites? I know you ain't
hey,
talking about
man,
Cooper DeJean. Hey, not the exciting whites.
Cooper DeJean make a play when he needs to in that nickel, and I love Reed Blankenship back there. But that boy Darius Slay, he's starting to lose a step. I can't even lie. He's losing a
Father
step.
time under defeated. Ain't that what they say?
D Slay, he tapping action. Now, don't get me wrong. When all the marbles pushed to the middle of the table, D Slay has made the play that need to be made all season.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want it to come to that. Be that guy that you are. In my I'm drawing a blank right now. My backside corner, Mitchell,
Quinyon?
Quinyon
Yeah,
Mitchell,
Quinyon.
Quinyon
Yeah.
Mitchell. I
That
understand you
boy a
coming back
dog.
off an injury or whatever, but
That
you get
boy
these
a
2 weeks
dog.
off, man. Just let's heal. Let's be ready to go because you're gonna have to guard longer than 4 or 5 seconds. Pats go extend plays. You're gonna have to play
Mm-hmm.
ball. It's that
Mm-hmm.
simple. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we go do what we can up front. Jalen Carter, he go collapse a pocket. Jordan Davis, he go collapse a pocket. Sweat coming off the edge, but it's Pat. Sometimes collapsing the pocket just ain't enough. You need the cover on the back end. So we need to
Actual
be ready to go.
factuals.
We
Actual
just saw these
factuals.
guys in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Hopefully, you still got that taste in your mouth. I know a lot of you guys wasn't on that team, but
Wait, was that just 2 years ago? For real?
yeah,
Damn, time be fine. I thought
Yeah,
that
that
was
was two
like
years
maybe
ago.
like 4 years ago or something. But okay, cool. But nah,
Uh,
you absolutely right. And you
that
brought
was
up
the first one for his three-peat, for the quote-unquote three-peat.
oh,
So you
okay, I
definitely
gotcha.
cannot give up the three-peat. Let's say that you can't be the
Yeah,
ones to give up the three-peat.
yeah, you can't start the three-peat and then end the three-peat. Yeah, you right.